Today is April something, and we're going to be hiking / skiing Quandary Peak. For a full review of Quandary Peak, you can check the link below. As you might remember or have previously watched, I've done Quandary Peak a couple times now, once in November. So this year we're going to be, this time we're going to be hiking up the Couloir. So it's called the Quandary / North Couloir, or Couloir if you like your French pronunciations there. It's anywhere between, I would say, 10 to 12 miles round trip, depending on road closure. So if you want to take a look at it, it's basically this one right about there. And then on the way down, we're going to be skiing / boarding the North Bowl there. So this is a little bit harder than way harder than the Sherman approach last week that I did. The main difference is just the steepness of the Couloir. It's like a class 3, depending on coverage, on average. So it's like a moderate winter climb. And then, yeah, you can see the road that we've been on. It's obviously closed. This adds probably about 4 miles or so to your trip. But the nice thing about this one today is that we should be able to ski right from the summit, which is obviously a little past that nub, all the way down through these trees back to the parking lot. All right, here we are. First junction of the day. I don't know where right goes, but left takes you up. It's a marked trail. You'll see the campfire sign there, and take a left and you'll leave this road at this point. Working our way through the woods. Snow is firm, which is great so far. And working our way towards the Couloir. Look at the north face of Quandary there. Pretty steep slopes. Check out this house. Probably can't even see it. It's right here. It's completely buried. Colorado is full of old mining stuff. Mines. Mining stuff. But here's like a perfect example of it. It's buried in the snow here. I just ripped my pants. I'll give you a quick look in there though. Pretty cool. Look around. We're just about getting out of the trees. The one thing I'll say about this route is, like, you definitely need to have a map and know kind of the general direction of where you're going. We believe that the lake is right over this hump here. We've been kind of following the ski track. You might be able to make it out. And I think the Couloir is right there. That's what we believe. But very pretty day. The snow is warming up quickly. We have not needed snowshoes yet, but if you wait much longer, this will get real soft real quick. So definitely hit this early before the snow softens up. Looking back, you can see Nick coming up where we came from. So I think if we had taken a more direct route in the summer, you can probably skirt closer to here. But this gully would be so deep in snow, it'd be miserable. So that's why we headed into the trees there. The lake that you're gonna bear left at is just over this hill. But this is the point where you need to start paying attention to slides. Check the avalanche forecast before you come, and obviously pay attention to what the environment around you is showing as well. Here is the Quandary Couloir, right there. So here's a good spot. This is a lake actually. Here's a good spot to put on some crampons, rehydrate, do whatever you need to do before you get a nice solid 900 feet or so of just straight leg burns, calf raises. Luckily there's a boot track, which for those of you who don't know what that means, it means like basically someone's broken trail before you. So Nick and I won't have to do a ton of work in terms of steps, like kicking into the snow, which is cool. There's a group right there you might be able to see, and I think that's who kind of broke trail for us this morning. So thank you to those guys. All right, so you can see Nick working his way up. Again, that group before us made these nice little footholds, buckets, whatever you want to call them, right in front of us. Yeah, it's basically like a big Stairmaster to the top. Give you an idea in terms of steepness. It's just like straight on the ground there. It's looking down. We're about a quarter of the way up, maybe probably a little bit less. It's not been too bad. Snow is pretty nice, and no signs of avalanche. Obviously, that's why we're already this far up. But beautiful weather as well. Bluebird day. All right, so we're on the crux right now. So we're about 12,800 feet, give or take. This is the steepest part of the couloir. It's about 50-degree angle, depending on the snow and where you're at. There's actually light snow falling, which is weird since it's sunny. Maybe it's blowing off, yeah. So you can see the remaining kind of exit out of this steep part. That's looking down here. Feels like we've been hiking forever, and you look down and it's like, man, we've made no progress. A little steep here. Once you get to the top of the couloir, near the top at least, we're like 13.5 basically. It's gonna curve right. So you'll see up here, all these rocks up here, you kind of want to just skirt around them. And then once you kind of get to this, this point, just go straight up right there. Giving you a look down, the snow was solid in most spots. There's just a couple chunks that were a little bit icier than others. But honestly, if we could, in terms of like access wise, this would be really nice to ski this today. But the reason why most people don't, besides technical difficulty, it's pretty steep here. But the main reason is because it dumps you to an area that gives you a solid 2-mile walk back to the cars parking lot. Where if you ski the North Bowl, which is what we'll be going down later, it brings you right back to the trailhead basically. Whew. It's been tough sledding here, but we are nearing the exit. The last time I checked in, I showed you that the trail or the couloir went to the right. This is what it looks like up here. Obviously kind of a ton of different exit points, but we're gonna go for right in there, which is where our boot track leads us. Almost at the summit though. One final look down Quandary / North Couloir here. Yeah, the crux that I described earlier is not ours because the snow is so steep this year. Deep, excuse me, which makes it steep. But luckily Nick's been a trooper breaking trail for a lot of this, so you gotta have a good partner when you do shit like this. But almost at the summit. When we get to the summit, I'm not going to show you much because we've been there with you guys now 3 times. So I'll give you a quick whirl around, and then it'll go straight to snowboard footage on the way down. Summit is a zoo today, but we had good views about 10 minutes ago. Now they're fading quickly, so we're going to leave now and head down. Man, once again, the turns on the way down make for the struggle on the way up. We're only probably about, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the way down right now. You can take a look back at the bowl we just came down, which is up in here. Clouds were moving in, so we kind of called a short, we called it a day on the summit, but views are beautiful. Visibility is beautiful. So for those of you who watched my Mount Sherman video, this one, the snow is much better here. A little bit less crust, a little bit more you can kind of dig into, and much more kind of carvable snow, if you will. So enjoy some more shots from the way down. Back at the trailhead now. The snowboard ride down was awesome this time. So much easier than Sherman. Literally from summit to parking lot in about 10 minutes, which was so fun. The snow was softer and the conditions were much better. I will say today was probably one of the most fun I've had in a long time on the mountain. The summit was crowded, which if you've watched any of my videos, you kind of know that I hate, but the whole ride down made up for it. So overall, this was about 10.6 miles round trip, so that includes the Couloir and then the ride down. I would say this is a good moderate Couloir if you're looking to do that. Snowshoes weren't necessary for us, but again, depending on when you hit this in terms of time of day and time of year, you might need them. Definitely needed crampons, definitely needed mountain axe, helmet of course, which is should be something you pack on everything. But yeah, awesome day, really awesome time today. So for a full hike review slash Couloir slash snowboard, whatever you want to call this, review of Quandary Peak via the Quandary Couloir, aka the North Couloir, you can check the link below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe not to miss any future hike reviews. See you next time.